Today we are looking at equation of a circle, and the question we have reads: find the radius and the center of a circle whose equation is 2x squared plus 2y squared minus 6x plus 10y plus 9 is equal to 0. So the first thing we are going to do here is we are going to make coefficients of x squared and y squared unity. That is, we make the coefficients 1, and we are going to achieve this by dividing all through by the coefficient, which is 2. For this case, therefore, we are going to have x squared plus y squared minus 3x plus 5y plus 4.5 is equal to 0. So we are going to take the constant term to the right hand side so that we have x squared. And as we take 4.5 to the right hand side, let's rearrange so that we have the x's grouped together and the y's also grouped together. So I'm going to have x squared minus 3x plus y squared plus 5y, and then the constant term moves to the right hand side and it's going to be negative 4.5. Once that has been done, now we have on the left hand side the expression in terms of x and the expression in terms of y. We can see there are quadratic expressions which are supposed to be in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, and the constant term c is missing. On the left hand side, we also need to apply completing the square. For example, x squared minus 3x plus the constant term should be a perfect square, so that we are going to apply AC is equal to b over 2 squared, which is a rule that applies for the coefficients of a quadratic expression which is a perfect square. But for this case, remember, a is the coefficient of x squared, which is already 1, so this is just like getting c is equal to b over 2 squared. So this will apply majorly in solving this problem. So at this particular point, for this first part, we want to complete the square, so we're going to have x squared minus 3x, but remember the constant term c, we simply take b divided by 2 and square, and for this case b is negative 3, so negative 3 divided by 2, that is 1.5. So we are going to have plus negative 1.5, and then we square. For the other part, we are going to have y squared plus 5y plus a half of b here, and b is 5, so we have 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5, and then we square. And then we are going to equate this to negative 4.5, and remember we added these constants on the left hand side, so we also need to add it on the right hand side. So we have negative 1.5 squared plus 2.5 squared also added to the right hand side. So that is for the sake of balance. So this simplified would be x squared minus 3x plus 2.25 plus y squared plus 5y plus 6.25, and that should be 2.25 plus 6.25 minus 4.5. So this again is x squared minus 3x plus 2.25 plus y squared plus 5y plus 6.25 is equal to 4. So this is 8.5 minus 4.5, and that gives us 4. So what you're going to have next is to factorize the left-hand side. So we have an expression here, which is in this form. And the second part also forms an expression which is still in that particular form. So given that they're perfect squares, we are going to factorize them by simply expressing them in this form. So we have x plus b over 2 squared. So that gives us the factors of each expression so long as they're perfect squares. So for this first part, we are going to have x, and b is negative 3, so we are going to have negative 3 over 2 squared plus y plus 5 over 2, because b was positive 5, so we divide positive 5 by 2, and then we square. And then on the right hand side, we'll have 4. So here we are going to relate this to the general equation of a circle. Remember, the form we have arrived at here is of the equation of a circle. So the equation of a circle is usually given by the general form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. So this implies that for this particular bracket, x minus a is equal to x minus 3 over 2, and this implies that a is equal to 3 over 2, and that is 1.5. And for the second bracket, y minus b is equal to y plus 5 over 2. So this also implies that b is equal to negative 5 over 2, and that is negative 2.5. Next, from this result, we ought to have noted here that center of the circle is given by the coordinates a, comma b. That is in the general equation of a circle. We also need to note that r is the radius. So from here, all of this implies that the center, whose coordinates are a, b, will be given by, so the value of a here is 1.5, and the value of b is negative 2.5. Also, we need to know r squared is equal to 4, so that implies that r is 2 units. And finally, we have the center of the circle and its radius. So that is it for this question. I want to thank you for your patience until this time. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.